Throughout the whole course of the semester, this leadership class has allowed me to learn many things that I could put into the foundation of my leadership from here on out, so that I could help my followers strive to be leaders as well. And then so what I came up with through this whole semester was that I came up with 4 pillars of leadership. And so those 4 pillars include transformational, authentic, servant, and adaptive. And then so with these 4, I think that it emphasizes my foundation as a leader and how I want to be able to portray this in the workplace. And all these 4 concepts actually came from the book that we read in class, and so I think that it's a good balance of who I am as a person and what I've learned throughout this class. And so transformational leadership is very important to me because as a leader, I want to be able to obviously transform my followers in any way that I can. And this, I can do this through 2 ways that it says in the book. The 2 ways is that 1, I must be able to intellectually stimulate my followers to be able to believe in the vision that I have for the company or for whatever that I'm working towards, to be able to achieve that vision and philosophy. And so the second part of transformational leadership is to be able to motivate and inspire my followers to be the best that they can be in a situation. And so I think that those 2 concepts make up the transformational aspect of my leadership. The second pillar that I want to talk about today is authentic leadership. I think that authentic leadership is very important to me because it allows me to be real with my followers, and what this creates is trust and I think endearment, that they know that I'm speaking to them with my heart and knowing that I mean the best for them. And so being an authentic leader is very important to me because it shows my compassion for them, but as well as my self-discipline to hold on to my values and my beliefs and to never let that waver. And hopefully my followers can see, whoever my sphere of influence is, they can see that my beliefs don't change and that I can be a rock where they can hold for me. And my third pillar is servant leadership. I think that being a servant leader is one of the most important things that we can do in life. And I had an interview with Judge Ken Starr, and he talked about how the main trait to be a good servant leader is to be an artful listener. I think being an artful listener is very important because this allows you to listen and hear to the needs of your followers and then be able to problem solve on how to get those issues resolved and how to get those issues fixed. And so being a servant leader, listening to what others' needs are is the first step to being that. Also, by being a servant leader, it allows you to empower others to help them be a leader as well. What this means essentially is, the concept of, like in the Bible, where Jesus teaches them how to fish instead of just feeding them fish. I think it's very important to servant leadership because it teaches them the ways of how to do it and trusting them in that driver's seat position to be able to drive their own cars, which in turn is their lives. And so I think this is important because this allows accountability not only to me as a leader, but to the follower as well. Finally, the last pillar that I want to talk about is adaptive leadership. I think that adaptive leadership is very crucial to a leader because it allows poise and stability in those tough circumstances. I know for me, this is kind of a necessity in my life because 10 years of my life was spent in the Philippines, but 10 years of my life was spent here in the United States. And knowing how to adapt to different surroundings is very important because it allowed me to thrive in any situation that I was put upon. And I think part of being a leader is being vulnerable. And so I want to talk to you quickly about how, I'm a product of divorce, but it allowed that circumstance allows me to be an adaptive leader, because although those tough things happen, I don't let those failures define me, but instead I define those failures by being adaptive and by being flexible and by being thick-skinned. And I think that I'm lucky because I'm able to learn that at a young age, out of necessity, because that's the only way I was able to cope with those hard circumstances. But at the same time, I think that going off, I can share this to my followers and say, hey, no matter what circumstance of life you're in, no matter what situation of life you're in, you could always see a way out of it. And I think adaptability is a key factor in that, because it allows you to be a rock when there's waves crashing your way. Those are the 4 things that I have, and thank you for listening.